What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Bandai Dragon Ball Super Dragon Star Series Super Saiyan Goku. Here we do have Goku in the packaging. You can see he does come with the head of Shenron and some interchangeable hands right here. Really surprised when I found these guys. I heard they were coming out. I just wasn't expecting to find them right now. Really do like the way the packaging looks. We do have the name right here. It is Super Saiyan Goku. He is the part of the Dragon Star series. On this side we have an image of Goku, which I really do like. The fact that we're getting the actual image of the character here. Other figures of this series do include Vegeta and Beerus, and of course Super Saiyan Goku. And the entire wave does include Super Saiyan Vegeta, Frieza, and Goku. All 6 figures combined gives you this Shenron Build-A-Figure. So here we have Goku in the box, so what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get him opened up, and then we'll go on to the rest of his review. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have Goku out of the packaging. Now before we get on to the figure, let's actually show off his Build-A-Figure piece. He does come with the head of Shenron, and it's a really nice sculpt. You can see it's a really cool figure, or it looks like it's going to be a really cool figure. There's no articulation in the jaw though, and it doesn't look like it's going to be on a ball joint, so there is that. So moving Shenron's head off screen so we can focus on the figure, and I am really disappointed in this figure. I was actually really looking forward to this line, and I'm a little disappointed. Now that's just me personally. Maybe it's because I've been spoiled by the Figuarts Dragon Ball Z figures, but as it stands, I'm not really a fan of this figure. In fact, I have the other two, and they don't catch my attention as much as the Figuarts. It might be that I'm a little spoiled by the Figuarts, so the detail on here doesn't really wow me, but it's still a really good figure for a Dragon Ball Z release, especially for domestic figures. As far as our accessories go, Goku does come with an alternate set of hands. You can see we can just take his hands, peg those off, and they're on ball hinges. It does go in at an angle, so we do have Goku posing for a ki blast. And let's go ahead and take this hand off as well. They do pop on and off really easy, although this one I kind of have to apply a little bit more pressure to get it to move, but still really good that we get extra hands with them, because it would have been a little boring if we only got fists. But that's all he comes with. He doesn't come with any additional heads, no additional hands, just the open palm hands and the closed fist hands. Now for a domestic figure, that's a pretty good, I'd say that's pretty good, because we've seen a lot of figures like Marvel Legends get 2 sets of hands, so that's pretty good. Although his Kamehameha hands do angle weirdly if you don't have them posed right, so there is that. It looks like Goku's hands are broken, if you can see that right there. And again, I'm just not overall impressed with this figure. Now, his gi is probably one of the biggest complaints I have. The sleeves don't match the main gi, and the main gi doesn't match his legs. I don't know what went wrong when they were making these figures, because the Power Rangers figures are also really, really nice, but then the Dragon Ball figures, it's almost like they phoned it in. Not saying that he's a bad figure, I'm just saying that they could have done a much better job with this figure. And let's actually go on to some of his details just so we can get that out of the way. Posing Goku straight up. Now, as far as the face goes, it is a pretty good face. It's not the greatest, it's not terrible, but it's not exceptionally well either. The hair's done pretty well. You can see it's actually this pearlized yellow, almost metallic gold, but it's more of a pearlized color. And you can see there's a ball joint in the head there. The eyes are painted cleanly, so there's that. The paint is clean. That's one plus I have to say about the figure, is that a lot of his paint is clean. That's probably the only gripe I have about his torso. But going throughout his costume, you can see the paint is really nice, and this is sculpted detail. It's not just painted lines, although the paint is a little thin on this side. On this side it's not too bad, but on the front it is a little thin. So again, he has all the details you would expect from a Goku figure, that a Goku figure would have, and let's actually get him posed really fast so we can do a quick size comparison with other action figures. So let's just stand Goku and my camera. So there's Goku, and let's bring out another figure. And just for a size comparison, here we do have the Marvel Legends Pizza Spider, because I figure that at some point you actually have this mold if you're a collector, and you can see the Marvel Legends are quite a bit taller than Goku. The only reason Goku is actually taller is his hair. So he's not really a 6-inch figure. He might fit in with your 6-inch scale, but it's really up to you if he does. But overall, like I said, he's an okay figure. Going on to his articulation, he does have a ball joint head, so he does move pretty well on that ball joint. Let's actually zoom in so you guys can see. Ball joint works pretty okay. It gives you some slight up and down movement and some slight tilting. Does swivel left and right, although mine's getting loose the more I mess with it, and it wasn't this loose out of packaging when I first pulled them out of the packaging, so there is that. Arms only go out to about that far. They do a full 360, although it looks like they don't fully do a 360. It looks like they're always going to be pushed out at an angle, which is a little unfortunate. He has a bicep swivel, double jointed in the elbow. He bends, and he has a ball hinge wrist, so it does move up and down, or you can give it an in and out movement, and then we do get swivel at the wrist. He does have a joint right here. It feels like it's a ball joint, but it really doesn't work all too well. We do get some side to side, we do get some forward and back, and then it looks like he has a hinge right here, but I can't get that hinge to work all too well. I don't know if it's just the way he's sculpted, or the gi gets in the, or his belt gets in the way, but that's as far as I can lean him forward, and that's as far as I can lean him back. He does swivel right here above the belt, not at the belt but above it. And this is actually what surprised me a little bit. His legs go forward and back. They also go out. But he also does have a drop-down joint, so we do get his legs going out further, forward up until there. We do get a thigh swivel up here. So we do get that drop-down joint plus a hinge right there. Now the knees look pretty bad. He does have double joints in the knee, but it's not the greatest sculpt and looks kind of goofy, to be honest. And the peg isn't even sitting straight. It's at an angle. I don't know why, but that's just the design of it, I guess. Like, you can see how his leg shifts forward and back, so I don't know why they did that, but it is a thing. And he has a ball joint in the foot. It's a ball, it's not a hinge, so we just get some slight up and down and tilting movement. So overall, just an okay looking figure. So what we're going to do now is get him posed for my final thoughts, then we'll wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. And so here we have Goku posed for my final thoughts, and I don't know if you guys can notice, but I just cannot get him to stand for a Kamehameha pose, and that's because his ankles have gone relatively, both of them have gone relatively loose in the time I've just been messing around with him. So, of course, now that I point that out, he stands perfectly fine. Now, I'm a little torn with this figure. I kind of like it, but I kind of don't. You can see this is about as good as you're going to get with his Kamehameha pose. You can't have him with both hands out because he just doesn't have the range of articulation for that, because his arms don't come in any closer than that. So you are going to have to really manipulate the way his joints are just to get his hands proper for a Kamehameha blast. And like I said, it's just a lot of work. And it might also be that I'm spoiled by SH Figure Arts. But then again, it's the same company essentially. We have Bandai of America making these guys, Bandai of Japan making SH Figure Arts. So some of the techniques they use on the Figure Arts figures do transfer here, such as the ball jointed feet, the drop down hinge. Wait a minute, that's connected, isn't it? Oh wow, I didn't even know that his legs were connected. Look at that. That looks funny, but it shouldn't be connected. Each leg should be independent, so that's a little unfortunate, but like I said, for a domestic figure, I think he's well worth the $20 price tag, but I honestly don't see myself completing the line. I think I'll just stop at Beerus and Vegeta and then call it a day, because overall, I'm really not too happy with the way this guy came out. If you're a fan of this design, by all means, go pick him up. But me, personally, I think I'll just stick with Figure Arts because, like I said, I'm a little spoiled and the range of articulation on them is better. And yeah, I know it is 3 times the price, but, you know, if you can afford the SH Figure Arts, go with the SH Figure Arts. But if you can't, these are a really good alternative. They're pretty much the only other Dragon Ball figures that we have in this scale, so we really don't have too many options. It's either SH Figure Arts or these for right now, but like I said, still an okay figure. I like it. I picked mine up at GameStop, and like I said, it's going to run you about $25 for these guys. If you're a fan of this series, by all means pick them up, but I don't see myself picking up the rest of the wave, so yeah, there is that. If you like this review, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. Tell me what you think of this Goku figure. Do you think he's a bust, or do you think I'm just, like, tell me if I'm being a little too harsh on him. Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other Dragon Ball Z figures. Hopefully there's something you guys like there. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and I'll do my best to review it for you guys. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone.